At her kitchen counter, Crystal sits with her laptop open.
This is Crystal. Crystal has just been told there is no one in her community who can help her 12-year-old son Marcus get better. And that sending him to a North Carolina psychiatric residential treatment facility, known as a PRTF, is the best decision for him. She sits down at her kitchen counter, determined to learn more.
The laptop screen has a browser tab open to a search page.
Crystal searches for North Carolina PRTFs in a search engine. She opens several different websites for PRTFs based in North Carolina. Excerpts from these PRTF websites. Quote, "Giving children back their childhood. We believe in a holistic approach. 24/7 nursing and support staff. Weekly consultation with a board-certified child psychiatrist. We offer 5 residential treatment programs spread across our serene campus." Crystal is reassured by what she finds. She wonders if these are as good as they look. She goes to DRNC's webpage on PRTFs in North Carolina to learn more. She wants to see what the state knows about these places. Think of PRTF surveys as the state's reports on their investigations in facilities. The state conducts these investigations on an annual basis and also based on complaints. These reports are publicly available online, but can be hard to find. To help parents, guardians, and the public at large gain a better understanding about conditions that state regulators find in North Carolina PRTFs, DRNC created a webpage with links to the state's investigations. Crystal selects a PRTF to see what the state has to say about it.
In a PRTF bedroom, a child in distress sits at the foot of a small wooden bed. The room is plain, with a small window and fluorescent lights.
These are direct quotes from state investigations, which are known as surveys. Quote, "Client 5 received therapy for only 5 of the 10 weeks present at the facility."
In another PRTF bedroom, a child sits, arms folded as a staff member sends a text message.
Quote, "I can't speak for anyone else, but as soon as State Division of Health Service regulation came yesterday, it was said, 'Don't talk too much.' A supervisor said, 'Don't mention working alone.' A supervisor texted me saying, 'Don't mention working alone,' to avoid further questions. Other supervisors say it, but they are not dumb enough to put it in writing. Supervisors are very much aware staff is working by themselves."
In another PRTF bedroom, a child sits at the foot of a small bed as a staff member points her finger at the child.
Quote, "He said that staff have called the clients dogs and referred to their rooms as dog kennels. Staff referred to the clients as gay and made negative comments about their families."
In another PRTF bedroom, a child sits alone. A small window reveals it's dark outside.
Quote, "She was without a door for the 2 weeks.
The silhouette of a shower fades in.
She did not have a shower curtain and bathroom curtain for privacy."
In another PRTF bedroom, a PRTF staff member restrains a child and puts their knee on the child's neck.
Quote, "During this incident, staff number 1 was observed placing her knee on client number 1's neck and face until client number 1 screamed out that she could not breathe. The failure of staff number 1 and staff number 2 to use proper de-escalation and restrictive intervention techniques resulted in client number 1's injuries and being able to not breathe for a period of time."
In another PRTF bedroom, a PRTF staff member speaks on the phone as a child watches.
Quote, "Telephone calls were monitored by staff. The staff dialed the number and put the call on speaker. He would like to have privacy when speaking with his family."
In another PRTF bedroom, a PRTF staff member drags a child through the doorway.
Quote, "Staff number 5 hit client number 2 on the shoulder and dragged him out of the bathroom and made him dress with the door open. Another client then stated that he heard client number 2 getting slapped. Same client then stated that he heard and saw client number 2 getting slapped."
In another PRTF bedroom, a child in distress sits alone. A small window reveals it's daytime.
Quote, pharmacy staff never completed the drug regimen review for any of the clients after March 2021. The facility failed to ensure the 6 months psychotropic drug review was current for clients number 2 and number 3.
In another PRTF bedroom, a PRTF staff member hands out a small bag to a child.
Quote, he further informed that he had received from a staff person some marijuana edibles in the form of gummies. He was unable to say how long he had been getting the gummies. There was a lack of supervision, which allowed the resident the opportunity to ingest marijuana edibles.
In a PRTF hallway, a child vapes in the corner, forming a plume of smoke.
Quote, this lack of supervision resulted in clients number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4 being able to vape marijuana concentrate inside the facility.
In another PRTF bedroom, a girl holding her arm sits alone.
Resident 5 was, quote, injured during the physical restraint on 12/22/20. Internal investigation completed, restraint determined inappropriate.
A list of PRTF failures, identified from DHSR surveys, scrolls across the screen.
We know this information is alarming. Watch the next video to learn what you can do to help keep your child out of harm's way.